I've met a few others from my orphanage that I came from in Russia, from the city of Arkhangelsk, a city quite far away from where I live here in New Zealand. Now, many of us were adopted from this orphanage who came to New Zealand in the 1990s. And for this region, the Arkhangelsk region or Oblast, this was a common place where a lot of us were adopted from. I also know many of us were adopted into the States. Now, people have asked me if I've met any others who are also from my orphanage. And not only that, but around the same time that I was there, back in 1994. Of course, there was my brother Andre, who was adopted with me by our parents. Now, he has different birth parents, and though we came from the same orphanage, he was placed in a different group. They had multiple groups because the orphanage was quite big. Now, I've previously sat down with a few others who were also from my orphanage, and I am quite good friends with a few of them. And I've stayed in touch with them over the years, but I know that there are still so many unanswered questions about what happened with everyone else. There were so many of us. My parents took quite a few photos when they were over there all those years ago. And a photo that really stands out to me, I mean, there's quite a few of them, but this one in particular, I always wonder, what happened to this girl that was with me when we were outside of the orphanage in this moment? I think my mum took this photo, and I'm not quite sure, but this is an example with all of these photos of just how much this place plays a huge part of my life. It does carry questions, it does, and I found so many answers on my birth parents, with those connections in Russia, those links in Ukraine and also Kazakhstan, but still so many unanswered questions with these first few years of my life. When my parents were there in Arkhangelsk, they didn't just get photos, but also some footage, and I always can't help but notice that, of course, I wasn't the only child wondering what was going on. I mean, I was 2 years old, I don't remember, but I always am pretty sure I was wondering what was going on around me. But I always do wonder what really happened with all the other children. Many people over the years have reached out and have told me that they had also come from that orphanage, which is always quite surreal for me because I've been back a few times, and if you're watching this and you're from the exact same orphanage, please do reach out because it would be incredible to connect with so many more of you. I mean, imagine putting all the pieces together yet again with all of us connecting. I mean, I know it's been so long, but I always do wonder. In 2017, I got the chance to revisit my orphanage, the place where everything in my life really began. I understood that my birth mother just couldn't look after me, so this is where my life really started. This was where everything gave me a head start in life. But of course, I don't remember anything, but going back there again was a really, really strange feeling. I can't even explain it. I just, walking around and understanding that I was here all those years ago was pretty surreal. In 2018, I revisited again, and I really did feel that connection a lot more strongly. Like I was familiar with this place, and it was a strange feeling. But I really did feel a little bit more of a direct connection with this place. Now, they had given me this frame for me to keep, and it shows the historic photos of the orphanage, and I think it's quite special because it's definitely a piece of me that was there all those years ago. But it still doesn't answer all the questions that I have because there's so many more that I need answers for. My parents also carry that connection with this place, as well as my birth father Misha, who also visited with me both times that I went back. And he's never been to an orphanage like that before, so he really did feel that connection, understanding that his son was there for the first 2 years of his life. Of course, with everything that I share here with my series and with my own story, it all plays a huge part in everything that I do. And I really can't thank all of you enough. Whether you're new to my channel or you've been following it over the last 10 years, it really means a lot because I do hope that everything that I share here is helping others as well. Others who are going through an experience or somebody else that wants to learn more about from an adoptee side. I think that's just also important. Also, just an update from me with everything that's been going on, and I recently got back from Europe where I got the chance to introduce a symposium for the first time in my entire life. Now, I got the chance to also introduce a panel of others who were also adopted from overseas countries, but I also presented the story of Daniela as part of my An Adoption Story series, and it was quite surreal, just to say the least. I was in Portugal in a place called Porto. I took a bit of time off and got the chance to go and have a look around, but I really can't thank everybody enough for that opportunity, for the invitation. It means so much to me. So thank you all so much. Please look after yourselves, and I'll be back very soon with an update on my series. I'm not filming anything just yet for the next episode, but I am in the pre-production phase again for the next lot of stories, the final ones as part of the series for 2026. So thank you all so much. Please look after yourselves, and until next time, do swidania. Iz Nowy Zelandii. I spasibo большое. Paka.